Invest Nova Scotia supports businesses, helping you thrive at every stage of your journey.
Melissa Morrison Jewellery designs one-of-a-kind pieces made in small batch productions from her studio in Petite Riviere, Nova Scotia.
I graduated from Nova Scotia College of Art and Design in 2003, and I kind of honed my benchworking skills working for smaller boutique jewelry stores. Had a family, took a little bit of a break, started back in 2018, working from my home studio and working markets on the weekend, and eventually opened up a brick and mortar in La Have.
Today, Goldsmith Melissa is making her popular Ocean Bowl earrings. Sterling silver, an ingot mold, crucible, and borax are placed at her soldering station, equipped with a work block, soldering plate, and heat-resistant sheet of quartz. The ingot mold is tightened with a clamp. Silver is melted using a gas torch. It liquefies at 893 degrees Celsius. The sterling silver is added to the crucible along with borax, helping remove impurities. The mold is heated, so the silver goes in smoothly. An ingot is released and tossed into the pickle pot. The pickle pot contains heated, dry granular acid in water, helping remove borax, fire scale, and gunk. The ingot is rinsed in a water bath before it's dried. Now it's taken to the rolling mill. The ingot is placed in the flat part of the mill and is cranked through. Increments are continuously adjusted using the handle as it's rolled through. Once starting to harden, it's taken to the soldering station and placed in an annealing pan. A flux jar is opened and a flux brush is used to paint this on the ingot, protecting it from fire scale. The torch is ignited and the flux on the ingot is heated. It goes white, puffs up, and then gets glossy. It's thrown in the pickle pot where it's quenched. Eventually, it's dipped in the water bath and dried off. It gets further rolled out and annealed until it's closer to 0.8 millimeters. A digital caliper is used to determine the thinness. Now it's 0.9 millimeters and annealed again. The flux is painted on the ingot, now quadrupled in size. Once the color is right and the metal starts to slump, the torch is turned off, pumice stones are removed, and it's placed in the pickle bath. It needs a bit of fire scale removed, so it's left to sit. Eventually, this sterling sheet is dipped in the water bath. It's cleaned with a brass brush. It's placed on an anvil, and a hammer is used to flatten it. A disc cutter, a half-inch punch, and a 3-pound hammer are collected. The middle of the disc cutter is unscrewed to insert the sterling sheet, and rescrewed to clamp it. The half-inch punch is placed and hammered. A half-inch disc of sterling silver pops out. The remainder of the sheet is readjusted to line up the next piece to punch out. This continues until there are 12 discs. A dapping block and another half-inch punch is selected. Each half-inch disc is placed in the dapping block's half-inch hole, and the half-inch punch is positioned. A hammer daps the discs into dome shapes. The domes are taken to the jeweler's bench. Each is braced against the jeweler's bench block, and a half-round file removes edges off each dome. They're placed upside down on a mini anvil, and a punch is used to indent where the back of the earring will be soldered. A chuck is used to add a tiny drill bit to her carving tool. Slight holes are drilled on both sides. The pearls are semi-drilled, but little pieces of wire need to be snipped to solder them to the domes. Each dome is set up at the soldering station facing upwards. A bit of liquid flux is applied into the drilled hole. The torch head is changed to a smaller one, and heat is applied to the domes. Some solder is picked up and added to the center of each one. The pieces of wire are soldered in the center. Once all are soldered, they go in the pickle pot. Then they go into the water bath, ready for the next step. Yellow ochre paint is mixed with a bit of water and is painted onto the soldered area. Liquid flux is added to the holes drilled in the dome's backs. Each earring back is selected, dipped in solder, heated, and then heat is added to the back of the domes, soldering them on. Once secured, they go into the pickle pot for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, Melissa selects pearls. After going in the water bath, they get scrubbed, removing any ochre. Each post is given a twist, ensuring they're secure. Then they get straightened. A sanding head removes any bumps, particularly around the base. A very coarse finish wheel completes all of the backs, giving them a satin finish. A less coarse finishing wheel is used on the fronts, going around pearl posts more easily. The edges are sanded until smooth. A hand burnisher is used around the edge, burnishing the surface. This is how the hint of glint happens. A pearl is selected. Epoxy is squeezed out and mixed with a long piece of metal. It's spread around the post and the pearls are inserted. After 24 hours, the ocean bowl earrings are ready to package for sale. Melissa's work is sold in her storefront. Her pieces are meant to be worn every day, but cherished for a lifetime.
Having a business right now it's going well. We're about to move into the summer months in La Have. Those are our busy months with people visiting and coming through the area. The winter time, I focus more on seasonal designs and doing more admin work. And I guess since the pandemic, just having to, figure things out differently, it's just really allowed me to focus in on exactly what I want to do. And I have the retail shop now, and people are coming from all over. I've got repeat customers, which I don't think there's any bigger compliment than that, when you have people that are making a point of traveling to come and see you, sometimes year after year, on their summer vacations.
Invest Nova Scotia supports businesses, providing the tools and expertise you need to succeed.